Hello fellow AGDXers, welcome to another video. Today we're not looking at AGDX, instead we're looking at AY Sound Effects Editor by Alex Semenov. So hello Alex. And some of you may know that David Saphier has been doing some great work getting the banks that you can create with this program to work within AGD, thus allowing us to have a lot more kind of fun with sound effects in our games. And doing this has a couple of advantages. The first one being in terms of memory, we're not using 48K. We'll use 128K because obviously the 128K model has the AY chip. And we can also have a lot shorter or longer sounds depending on exactly what we want to do. Okay, so let's take a look, and I'm not an expert at this by any means, but I do know how to get started, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. So as you can see at the start there, you've got a little thing there that says pause. And that's the position in the overall sound. Each sound is made up of little tiny pieces of sound which you can define. So as you can see here, it goes down, naught, and it keeps on going, and you can scroll down. So I'll show you here, you can scroll right down, so you can have really long sounds or tunes even, obviously single channel tunes, but you can do that with this, and that's no problem. Just turn that off, hang on a second. And so yeah, that's the first thing to know. And then the second thing you can see here, we've got a T and an N just here. So T stands for tone, which can be enabled or disabled, and N stands for noise, and that can also be enabled or disabled. And those are enabled or disabled in this column by clicking the left mouse button or the right mouse button to turn them off. So I'm just going to enable tone here for one little tiny section. This part controls the pitch, which has period, so just the pitch, the note, if you like. And this one right at the end controls the overall volume. So as you can see here, you can adjust that, and you can see that just at the end there changing. So you can set a volume for each sort of chunk. And there you can hear the sound. Okay. Obviously I can then add more, so let's add a second one here. We'll set the volume over here, and there you go. So like a little clip there, and we can basically just play about with this. Of course, we're not limited to one or two sounds. We can create a whole sort of list like this. You can go right a lot further than this if you want, but I'm going to just do fairly simple sounds for you today. And here we'll put volume, and here we'll just make the note go higher and higher, like that. Okay, so the further along this line you go, the deeper the tone. Let's hear that. All right, so yeah, let's just tweak it a little bit. Okay. There you go. And of course, if I wanted to change the way that it ends here, maybe I could just do that. So you get the instant noise there. You can check it maybe again. Yeah, so like a lot of this stuff, you can just play about and test it, see what you like the sound of. Let's try and change the volume here. Okay, there you go. Or you could make it go louder like that. And you could even adjust it like that if you wanted. So anything you want really, and you can basically just edit it with the mouse and adjust it and change the tone and so on. Of course, you can also, there's a little piano keyboard thing that you can use as well. I'll just clear this off, and you can do longer tones, and you can make rudimentary single channel tunes and things like that. We'll look at that another time maybe. Okay, this time we'll look at noise. This is white noise generator. And so you enable N, the third column, and then here, that one is the pitch for the noise, and that's the volume. There you go. So basically straightforward noise there. Let's adjust it. Let's see how it sounds. And as I said, the best way to learn about this is just to have a little play. So you can basically see what different effects you can get by adjusting volume there, or let's try that. and so on. So you can make different kind of white noise effects very easy, just drawing them really, which is obviously quite fun and it's quite addictive. You get quite into it. There you go. And one more, just like that. And again, so yeah, gun sounds or laser shots or anything like that really, whatever you think you want to do with your game. It depends of course on the kind of game that you're making. So I'm just messing about here now. Okay, right, okay, so let's move on. The other thing you can do then, of course, once you've got the hang of noise and tone, is you can try and mix them. So, you know, here we go once more. Let's put a little tone in there. Let's hear how that sounds. So as you can see, with a bit of work, you'll soon get yourself making some pretty interesting noises. So obviously, I mean, AGD was perfectly capable of doing these basic noises, but the editor was quite fiddly because obviously it didn't have the mouse, and that of course made it quite difficult to have the kind of control that you can have with this. So okay, let's try something a bit different. And again, of course, the other thing is that this can be much longer, really long explosion or something like that. Then you can do that as well. Okay. All right. So again, maybe try alternating noise here. As I said, I'm just playing. It's quite a lot of fun, and obviously you can import then into AGD as well. Try it like that. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's the essence of it. And of course, if you want to, you can then create a bank, a whole set of different sounds. That's what will be effective when you're adding it to a game like in AGD. Be able to create new ones. So you just press Add here, and you start again. And now we've got sound 2 of 2. We'll set the tone in here, and again, just whatever we want to do. And this time I'll show you how you can use this little keyboard. You can put the step here, and you can just add the notes. If you notice, if you're wondering what S, Z, X, D, C and all that, that's the keyboard. You can actually play the notes on the keyboard to do that. That's why those notes are there. Okay. And you can smooth it out as well. Like that. Adjust the volume again. So yeah, as you can see, or as you can hear, it won't take you long before you're coming up with all kinds of new and interesting sounds for your game. And as I said, David's done some great work on implementing this into AGD, and will hopefully be able to show you how that can be done. But in the meantime, I thought it would be fun to for you guys to maybe create some banks. So what you do, you just go to Save here, save a bank, give it a name, and save it off, and that ultimately will be importable into AGD once all the code is done and finished. We've got it working, but we want to make sure that it works with within games that you can then save as standalone and that kind of thing. So there's a few bits of technical stuff to get through, but I'm sure we'll overcome those hurdles as we've always done in the past. Alright, so I hope to see you all on the Facebook page, and perhaps you guys might like to make some sounds and post them and share them. That could be a bit of fun. And of course I'll be back with another video, hopefully showing you a bit more about how to actually put these sounds into games and so on. But in the meantime, enjoy playing about with this, and as always, happy coding. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.